So if you watched episode 1, you saw us open up this hillside with 3 excavators, digging the footer trenches that are going to anchor this entire resort to this mountain. And today, we fill them. That sound you're about to hear right now is about 40,000 pounds of structural destiny pulling up this ridge. So we have concrete trucks on the way, a crew ready to go, and footers that need to be poured and set before this project moves an inch further. But before we get into the action, because trust me, there's plenty of it, I want to take you through something that a lot of builders skip over and a lot of investors never even think to ask. What actually is concrete? Why do we use it? And how do we choose the company that's about to put it in the ground under a multi-million-dollar resort? Because when it's underground and covered, nobody questions it until the day something goes wrong. And we are not about that kind of project. So welcome back to the Horizon Shenandoah Build Series. This is episode number 2. Let's go. If this is your first time here, let me catch you up fast. We're in Luray, Virginia, in the heart of the Shenandoah Valley on 75 acres that we are developing into Horizon Shenandoah, an 18-unit luxury A-frame resort with Treehouse rentals, a preserved historic farmhouse, swimming pool, hot tubs, and mountain views that people are genuinely going to fly into Dulles to come see. Last week, we had 3 excavator teams moving simultaneously, digging out the footer trenches for 3 separate building clusters across this property. Since then, forming crews came in. Those are what define the exact width and edge of the concrete that goes in today. Inside the form, that's your rebar, the steel reinforcement that lives inside the concrete and gives you tensile strength. So what you're looking at is an engineered system. Nothing in here is guesswork. And today, we fill it all in. All right, let's talk about this stuff. Because concrete, it's everywhere. It's under your driveway, it's under your house, it's under most of the buildings that you've ever walked into. And most people couldn't even tell you what it actually is. So, here's the breakdown. Concrete is a composite material. It's made of 4 basic ingredients: Portland cement, water, sand, and aggregate, which is basically gravel or crushed stone. Mix them in the right proportions and you've got fluid paste that flows into any shape that you need. Then something remarkable happens. Through a chemical process called hydration, not drying, hydration, the cement reacts with the water and the whole mixture hardens into something that is essentially artificial rock. Let that sink in for a second. You're watching liquid stone being poured into the ground today. Now, and this is important, concrete is strong in compression but relatively weak in tension. In other words, it handles weight pushing down on it beautifully, but it can crack if it's being pulled or stretched. That's exactly why we pair it with rebar. Steel is incredibly strong in tension, so when you put steel inside concrete, you get a material that handles both. Engineers call it reinforced concrete. Builders, we just call it the right way to do it. And for footers, specifically, we use a concrete mix designed to hit the compressive strength of 3,000 to 4,000 psi. It's pounds per square inch. After 28 days of curing, that is more than adequate to support the load of multiple A-frame structures on this hillside, including all the live load of guests, furniture, snow accumulation, and everything else. And speaking of curing, concrete doesn't dry, it cures. There's a difference because curing is that chemical process I mentioned, and it actually gets stronger with moisture present, which is why in hot, dry weather, you'll sometimes see crews misting fresh concrete. Counterintuitive, but true. Now here's something that doesn't get talked about enough in real estate development, and I think it's one of the most important decisions you make early in a project like this. Choosing your concrete company. And I don't mean just calling, the first number that comes up on a Google search and getting a quote. I mean actually vetting this decision, because the people laying this concrete are laying the literal foundation of everything else that follows. So, what do we look for? Let me break it down for you, because whether you're building one custom home or an 18-unit resort, these principles do apply. Number 1, experience. Experience with the scope. A great residential driveway crew is not automatically the right crew for engineered commercial footers. You want to know, have they done foundation work at this scale? Have they worked with engineered drawings and spec sheets? Can they read a set of plans? Number 2, mixed design knowledge. A good concrete contractor isn't just ordering whatever the batch plant sends. They know the mix design, the water to cement ratio, the aggregate size, the admixtures if needed, they're having that conversation with the ready-mix supplier. If they can't talk to you fluently about PSI, slump, and cure time, that's a red flag. Number 3, crew size and equipment. For a pour this size, multiple footer runs across different locations on the same property, you need enough labor to manage the pour evenly and quickly. Concrete doesn't wait for you. Once it's in the truck, you've got a working window. A crew that's understaffed on a big pour day, it's a liability. Number 4, local knowledge. This is huge and it's underrated. A contractor who has poured concrete in the Shenandoah Valley, Virginia's climate with Virginia's soil conditions and frost patterns, brings something a contractor from 3 states away simply doesn't have. And number 5, references and reputation. Not just online reviews, actual conversations with project managers, builders, or developers they've worked with. In a market like this, reputation travels fast. The best contractors in this valley are not hard to find because people talk about them. Every time we bring a new trade onto a project, every time we have a crew out here, I'm reminded of something that this valley is full of talented, hardworking people. Concrete crews, excavators, framers, electricians, plumbers, roofers, landscapers, designers, real estate professionals, lenders. And the best ones, the ones who do exceptional work and take real pride in it, if they want to be a part of something bigger than a one-off job, and they want consistent work, they want relationships, they want to build a reputation alongside a team that has the same standards that they do. That's something we think about constantly at Envision. We are not a one-project company. Horizon Shenandoah is one chapter of a much longer story. We are actively acquiring land, developing properties, and building across the Shenandoah Valley, and we're always looking for the right people to grow with us. If you're a contractor who wants to be considered for projects just like this one, reach out. And if you're a real estate professional who wants to plug into a network that creates real, multiple streams of income beyond just commissions, we should have that conversation. If you're a local business owner who wants to do, co-marketing together, or something that's going to put this valley on the map even more, let's connect. Envision isn't just a company. It's a community of people who believe that the Shenandoah Valley is one of the greatest places in the country to build, invest, live, and grow. The link to reach out is below this video. We'd love to hear from you. So here's where Shenandoah stands right now. The footers are in the ground. Thousands of pounds of engineered concrete are beginning their 28-day cure beneath us right now. 3 separate foundation clusters are locked in and anchored to this ridge. We went from raw land to a poured foundation in a matter of days. And this is just the beginning, because coming up with the next few episodes, we're going to start talking about stem walls, slab work, and the moment that every developer lives for, the first piece of lumber going vertical. The moment an A-frame actually starts to look like an A-frame. So subscribe right now if you want to be here for that. Seriously, hit that bell icon because we're dropping episodes weekly, and you do not want to miss the moment that this place starts coming out of the ground. And if you're watching this because you're curious about the Shenandoah Valley as a place to invest, buy land, sell a property, or build something, I want to have that conversation with you. The Shenandoah Valley real estate market is moving. Land values are up, short-term rental demand is higher than it's ever been, and Envision is right here in the middle of it, doing the work. We're the go-to real estate solutions company in this valley. Full stop. Whether you need to sell a home fast, develop land, find investment opportunities, or join a team that actually delivers, Envision is the call to make. I'm Jason Oliver, and this is Horizon Shenandoah. We'll see you next week.